Friday's Sermon. Background to the Conquest of Makkah. His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad, may Allah be his helper, said that in the previous sermon he mentioned an incident of a man being killed, despite conveying the Islamic greeting of peace. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said he also presented a verse from the Holy Quran, which outlined that a person who conveys this greeting should not be told that they are not a believer. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that upon learning of this incident, the Holy Prophet ﷺ expressed great displeasure. Some narrations even mention that the Holy Prophet ﷺ even prayed against the person who did this. He considered this to be a grave mistake. If only the so-called clerics of today would understand and desist from their cruelties against Ahmadis. Prophecy of a manifest victory. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that he would now begin mention of the conquest of Makkah, which took place in Ramazan 8 after Hijrah. This was the great victory which had been foretold by Allah the Almighty, as a result of which droves of people entered the fold of Islam. It is stated in the Holy Quran, "And say, O my Lord, make my entry a good entry, and then make me come forth with a good forthcoming, and grant me from thyself a helping power." His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, said that this verse was revealed before the Holy Prophet ﷺ migration to Medina. Then with regards to the conquest of Makkah, it was foretold in the Holy Quran, "Surely Allah was well pleased with the believers when they were swearing allegiance to thee under the tree, and he knew what was in their hearts, and he sent down tranquility on them, and he rewarded them with a victory near at hand." The Holy Quran, chapter 48, verse 19. The day the Holy Prophet ﷺ departed from Makkah, God promised him that very day not to worry, for one day he would grant him victory at Makkah. It is recorded that on the same day as the Holy Prophet ﷺ began his migration, the following verse of the Holy Quran was revealed. "Most surely he who had made the teaching of Quran binding on thee will bring thee back to thy place of return." The Holy Quran, chapter 28, verse 86. This was yet another proof of the truthfulness of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, as God granted him this prophecy, which was a matter of the unseen. The meaning of turning one's face towards the sacred mosque. The conquest of Makkah was also foretold at another instance in the Holy Quran, whilst also serving as a reminder for the Holy Prophet ﷺ and the Muslims that they must strive and pray for this to come to pass. In a sense, it can be said that all the battles and conquests that took place during the time of the Holy Prophet ﷺ were with the ultimate goal of attaining victory at Makkah. It is stated in the Holy Quran, "And from wheresoever thou comest forth, turn thy face towards the sacred mosque." The Holy Quran, chapter 2, verse 150. Quoting Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, may Allah be pleased with him, Hazur, may Allah be his helper, said that this verse does not refer to the offering of prayers. It meant that the Holy Prophet ﷺ's departure from Makkah was a temporary one, and that God would return him to that very place as a victor. When God makes a promise to someone, it is not that they remain idle in wait for its fulfillment. Rather, one must also strive to attain its fulfillment. The promises made by man are different to those made by God. If a person does not strive to fulfill a promise made by God, then they are committing a sin. Whereas this is not the case in a promise made by another person. Hence, the verse under discussion means that no matter where the Muslims went, no matter which battle they were part of, their ultimate goal should be that their efforts were all towards attaining victory at Makkah. An analysis of all battles and expeditions of the Holy Prophet ﷺ before the conquest of Makkah shows that they were all settling the groundwork for the ultimate conquest of Makkah. His Holiness, may Allah be his helper, continued quoting Hazrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, may Allah be pleased with him, who explained that at the time this verse was revealed, the Meccans numbered more than 15,000, and majority of them were well-trained soldiers, whereas the Muslims had at most 1,000 soldiers, and in total, including women and children, the Muslims would have numbered 11 or 12,000. Yet, despite it being a time when the Muslims were relatively weak, God challenged that those who seem weak and inexperienced will one day be the very people to overcome the disbelievers and gain victory at Makkah. This was an announcement not only for victory over Makkah, but victory over all other religions.